Smash Bros is a pretty popular game, and with Smash Ultimate being out, I decided that now would be a good time to share my tips on becoming the best Smash Bros player for Smash Bros Melee, a game that came out in 2001, and not talk about the 2019 game Smash Bros Ultimate. So listen, right off the bat when you start this game, it can be a little bit daunting at first glance. There's a lot of characters and options to choose from, and many weak players are going to get scared off by this. But those of us who do hang around, we're all going to become stronger for doing so. The next step after we get through the menus is choosing our character, and this requires a little bit of research actually. See, all of these characters all have different stats, attacks, abilities, and they're all tossed up into different tiers. And just by looking at this one I found on Google, you might want to jump straight towards S tier and choose this furry guy named Fox. But there's actually a tier on top of that people often seem to forget about. I'm obviously talking about the Mega Diamond Super Tier XL. A lot of the pros out there don't want you to know about the MDST XL tier, and that's because they don't want to be beaten. For that reason, they've banished these characters off to the nether realm, and I'm here to put an end to their tyranny so that you, the little guy, can finally get into that big competitive Smash world. And as we can see here, Link is our one true fighter in that tier. Alright, so now we have our character chosen, but that's not all that we need to prepare ourselves for this game. You see, we also have to set up an opponent, and the only way to get good at this game is to start off by setting him onto the hardest difficulty. Now, right off the bat, you're going to want to walk up to your opponent, and instinctively, you might push the button that you think is the button to talk to them. But it'll actually hit them, and odds are that might have worried you. See, you might think that you just ruined the game and maybe you broke a rule by hitting someone, but worry not, because this is a fighting game, and the goal is to in fact hit your opponent. That's the whole intention of this game. Although in the real world, hitting your friend might be frowned upon, and you can even get in trouble for it, but in this fantasy game world, it's actually a pretty alright thing to do, and it's what they expect you to do while playing. Unfortunately though, with our limited experience, we just aren't good enough to beat this level 9 AI, and although it pains me to say it, we might lose this one. Wait, what? It seems as though somebody has jumped in at the last second and actually taken the attack for us, allowing us to fight another day, and unfortunately though, it seems like they haven't survived. I began to search just who this mystery ape who saved the day was, and it turns out it's none other than Donkey Kong, who, much like Link, has been hiding inside of his own tier that the big Smash Bros players have been hiding from you. He's of course the only member part of this tier known as the Master Player tier. Obviously Donkey Kong sacrificed himself so that we could spread the word of these two hidden tiers that have been put down for all this time, and finally we can start a revolution in the Smash Bros community. The problem here is that I'm just not good enough, and I know that if I try to re-challenge that AI, I'll just be defeated, and all these secret tiers will be lost to history, because as we know, the victors write the history books, and if he wins, he's going to make sure that nobody ever knows about these hidden tiers with all these amazing players in them. I thought for sure that I would never get anywhere, and that these tiers would just have to be hidden forever. But recently, they've taken a picture of a black hole, and that ignited a passion in me, a passion to travel to the past and find Donkey Kong, to get him to teach me in his fighting ways, and finally I'd be able to avenge my fallen friend. I spent countless hours working on my time machine, stopping only to stare at pictures of a DeLorean as my inspiration, and finally, I found my way back. Here in this primitive world, we can find a still breathing Donkey Kong who's ready to take us on as his apprentice. I spent days training with him, learning all kinds of secret tricks such as spinning in the air, and then also swinging my arm over top of me, although instead of an arm I used my sword because my arms weren't quite as long as Donkey Kong's arms. Unfortunately though, Fox managed to track us somehow. He also built a time machine and traveled to the past and put an end to Donkey Kong. Of course though, Fox isn't quite as smart as I am, and through killing Donkey Kong in the past, he caused a paradox for himself. But in the moments right before DK's death, I managed to send myself to the future right before Fox left, and finally I could end Fox and avenge my fallen friend. After all my training, I suddenly felt like a pro while playing this game. Whereas Fox at one point seemed to be so fast and strong, he was now so slow and weak by comparison. Of course, this was because I was so much better, and I've opened up my third eye for Smash Bros. Finally, everything was moving slowly, I could understand everything, and Fox had been defeated and my master had been avenged. With that, Link takes on a brand new tier, as the Master Mega Diamond XL tier, and balance has been restored to the Smash Bros universe. So anyway, as long as you follow this pretty simple and straightforward tutorial, I'm sure you'll have no problem becoming a great Smash Bros player, and hopefully we're one step closer to finally getting some peace and balance in this world now that we've uncovered and shown the truth that there was another video, and if you enjoyed it, feel free to leave it a like. You can subscribe, you can share, you can leave a comment. If you didn't like it, you can leave negative comments, do whatever you want. At the end of the day, I don't care. I just want you to have a good day.